President-elect Donald Trump's senior advisor Kellyanne Conway back with us. Great to have you. And a new role just announced moments ago. You're going to serve as counselor to the president.
I am.
You'll be in the West Wing?
I will.
So let me ask you, you'll be counseling the president. Would you counsel him to have more press conferences? You're aware of the numbers here. 148 days without an official press conference, 44 days since the election, no press conference. And here's what you said about Hillary Clinton and her folks not having a press conference during the campaign.
And her supporters are protecting her by not letting her talk to the press. I'm happy to talk to you, but apparently she doesn't respect you the way we do. She wouldn't even give you a press conference.
So what do you think? Do you think Americans have waited long enough to hear from their president-elect?
Well, I was always surprised when Hillary Clinton was running for president, David, that she didn't make herself more available to the press, but also to the public. She took 5 days off before the last debate. She was often at fundraisers and not out at rallies like Donald Trump always was with tens of thousands of people. So it was a very different strategy.
A rally is much different from a press conference where Americans can actually hear from their president-elect. George W. Bush spoke a couple of days after, Barack Obama 3 days after he was elected. We're at 44 days now.
Right, but let me say this. Donald Trump and Mike Pence have been forming their cabinet at rapid pace. So the record speed with which they've done their cabinet and their senior team is really something to behold. We're way ahead of schedule, even of George Herbert Walker Bush, who was a sitting vice president. So he's been very busy doing that. At the same time, we're about to announce our press secretary, our communications director, more of our senior communications team. This will be a traditional White House in the sense that you will have a great deal of press availability on a daily basis, and you'll have a president who continues to be engaged with the press.
Announce press secretary. You want to do it right here on GMA?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay, had to try. Listen, the president-elect did talk yesterday briefly at Mar-a-Lago, talking about the terror attack in Berlin. He was asked about the Muslim ban that had been proposed during the campaign. And you heard what he said in Cecilia's piece. He said, "I've been proven to be right, 100% correct." So what does that mean as far as the registry is concerned, or some sort of a list?
The comment really went to the fact that he was immediately criticized, and unfairly criticized, when he presumed that these attacks in Germany and in Turkey had to do with ISIS. And then, of course, he is correct. And that's what he's saying. He's saying that he's the guy out there saying we need extreme vetting policies, that we need to have a better system vis-a-vis countries that train, harbor, and export terrorists. Because right now we have a very uncertain, very chaotic, very porous.
But has he backed away from the idea of a registry, Kellyanne?
Well, he said during the campaign, long after he had originally proposed that this would be more strictly tied to countries where we know they have a history of terrorism, and that this is not a complete ban.
You were on the campaign, obviously. You remember this well. Donald Trump often bashed Hillary Clinton for her ties to Wall Street. And as we've watched this cabinet formed and his choices within the White House, we've seen 3 former executives from Goldman Sachs who will have close proximity to the president. By one estimate, the net worth of the president-elect's cabinet is now at least $13 billion. 34 times greater than George W. Bush, 5 times greater than Barack Obama. Are you concerned that with the president-elect's message being about the forgotten people in America, that doesn't necessarily represent who they are?
No, the two are not related in this way. The people in the cabinet are very successful men and women who have been job creators and true American success stories, who are now bringing those skills to bear in the cabinet to help the forgotten man and forgotten woman. And many of them are the original American dream stories. And I would also say this, there's a difference in Hillary Clinton's relationship with Wall Street, where she's getting tens of millions of dollars in speeches, tens of millions of dollars of contributions for her foundation, even while she's sitting at the State Department, and Donald Trump tapping some of the greatest talents that we've seen on Wall Street to go and serve in his cabinet.
All right, just a few weeks till the inauguration, we had heard Andrea Bocelli, then we'd heard he's not going to be performing. Can you give us anyone on the list who will be?
I won't, but I can tell you that this is not the Academy Awards. It's the inauguration for the people, the way this has been the election for the people. This is the people's president.
Anyone lined up yet?
Yes.
All right.
Nobody put me in charge of the entertainment. I'm a little bit too geeky for that.
Congratulations on the new role, Kellyanne. I know you got 4 little ones waiting for Santa, so we'll let you go.
They are indeed. Thanks. I'm waiting for him this year.
All right. Thanks. You deserve it after this year.